God, these freaking snipers everywhere.
Yeah, this is a sniper.
annoying.
Yeah, oh Jesus. Oh, domed me. Nah.
This guy.
What the f?
What would be amount of players that
Oh
don't
my
know how
God,
to use
dude.
revive?
Welcome back to Dutch Butters Gaming. Today we're talking about Battlefield 6, the changes that they have made after the open beta has been done, and they got the
Well, they're
feedback
working
from
on
the
it,
player.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Feedback from the player base, and they're moving forward with what they're going to do with the game. Welcome, everybody. What's up, Dutch Butters? How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Salty of the Salty Nerd world. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You keep trying to convince me to play this stupid
Yeah,
game.
man. Yeah, because
And you've almost got me there.
I don't like to play games by myself. You're my homie, man, and you're like one half. You're the other half of Dutch Butters Gaming.
Yeah.
And both halves need to become one to be able to play this
Fair
game
enough.
properly and to be able to present it to our players.
My
our fans,
my initial response to the beta is, this ain't mine. I don't want anything to do with this. And you were like, no, come on, man.
Let's go.
And then you came out and you showed me, look at all these changes that they're making.
They're doing things.
They're changing things to make it less of a meat grinder and more of a tactical shooter.
It's like, it's not Call of Duty.
Right. They're they're trying to remove themselves from the Call of Duty label as much as possible. And I do respect that. And I am interested. You piqued my interest with a couple of these updates. So let's talk about it, man.
Well, the biggest thing I think was, if you remember from the beta, you had these crazy Call of Duty kids jumping in the game.
Yes.
Jumping and spinning and doing backflips around corners and from roofs and you know,
some 12-year-old jumps off a roof, does a freaking parkour roll, and then shoots me in the face.
You know,
and I'm like, the fuck?
And everything was like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah,
and it's just like, look, my old ass reflexes. It's never going to play that way.
Whoa, what were some of the comments? Two old guys who can't play complain about a game.
Yeah, well, we're going to get that. But it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You
ain't wrong.
And the game's
You're
still
not wrong,
going to,
Walter.
the game's still going to be fast.
Yeah.
You know, but and that's fine. And that's going to force me to get better. But at the same time, I'm not going to pretend like I'm some superhero running around the map at 45 miles per hour, jumping off 30-story buildings with my crazy jump pack and, you know, zip lining up the top of the thing. It's just, I guess that's just not how I like to play games. This is not that kind of game. And I'm happy that they've listened to the feedback that they got from the people playing the beta. And since then that they're actually making changes.
Yeah.
To accommodate. So, and that's good, because they don't want to be a Battlefield or a Call of Duty clone. And that's good.
I think I think there's a good amount of people out there who have gotten burnt out on the Call of Duty-esque kind of shooters that are out there.
I can't play them.
It's way too hyper competitive. And that was one of my complaints with the open beta, is like, I would play a game and you were right. Like, if I was playing by myself, I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
As soon as we squatted up and we had a couple of our friends in there, it was much, much more enjoyable. However, I still did feel like I was like, look, I am not skilled enough to frickin' keep up with these people. And it just kind of turned me off to the experience. However, some of the changes that they've made have catered it a little bit more to my play style. And that's when you're like, come on, man, check it out. Look what they're doing. So one of the major things is they're basically disincentivizing people from doing the jump shooting.
Making like spurgs.
Yeah. From the Call of Duty-esque style of play. And they're punishing people who are going to be jumping and sliding with less accuracy, slower movements, things like that, to make it a little bit more grounded in reality and not so hyper. And I think that's the best description I can make of it. It's just this hyper play. It's like ADD frickin', you're on Adderall and you're just out there frickin' like, that's not me. I like the more tactical shooter style. And it seems, I don't think it's going to be a full-on tactical shooter. I think it's going to.
Yeah, you're never going to get your Splinter Cell.
Yeah, I'm not going to get Breakpoint. I'm not going to get what's the new that one that everybody was talking about recently, Ready or Not,
Oh yeah,
where it's very slow and you're kind of, you have to like peek your
Yeah.
corners and do all that stuff.
and those are cool games, man.
Yeah.
That's fine if that's what you want to play.
That's my preferred
your-
play style.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Well, I think what Call of Duty is trying to do is they're trying to merge the gap a little bit, and go, okay, so you've got Call of Duty on this end of the
Mhm.
spectrum, and you've got Ready or Not over here.
Yeah,
And
Battlefield's
Battlefield's trying to be somewhere in the middle, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that
Yeah,
for sure.
they're trying to be a little more. I hate to use the word realistic battle simulator, but you know, because it's a video game. Okay, guys, it's never going to be completely realistic, but you know, they consciously have made an effort to make this not Call of Duty, and I really appreciate that, and I think it's going to get more guys like Salty convinced to fork out the dollars and play the game. It's an investment. You know, it's an investment. It's
Dude, the
$70.
The premier version's $100.
Yeah, well, you know, that's all you. If you want the fancy skins
I don't
and the
give a
extra
shit
stuff,
about
I don't care about that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you know they're doing a really good job marketing this thing. They're getting the people to play 2042 or whatever
Mhm.
to get skins for this game.
No, I'm
and
never doing
you
that.
can get that game for like $1.99 on Steam or whatever right now, and go play it and watch people and do the
Yeah.
things for get stuff for this game. The marketing department is doing really good. They've
Mhm.
done a great job so far of hyping this thing up. So kudos to them. But again, for people like you, you know, they've done things to ease your thought process in here. They've done stuff like they've reduced the horizontal speed carried from the slide into the jump. You know, they added penalties for consecutive jumps. They increased inaccuracy when firing or when sliding and jumping. You know, stuff like that to make it harder to do the things that Call of Duty players want to do is not going to be possible to do in this game, and that's commendable. I like that. So
Yeah, I think it's a much needed change in the gaming, in the first person shooter sphere.
yeah.
Again, like my preferred first person shooter is like something like Body Cam, where like you
Mhm.
have to go slow.
It's a great early access game that's out there right now.
Yeah, Body
Super
Cam
fun.
is a ton of fun. If you're looking
Yeah.
for FPS, it's like hyper realistic.
It's
made
almost too realistic.
it's made for VR. It's like it's a
Yeah.
freaking super fun game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to squadding up with you on this.
Mhm.
I've never been a Battlefield guy. I've played some of the previous ones, but mostly just the single player campaigns, which they are bringing back as well.
Yeah.
I noticed in the update here that they're like, we're going back to like a full on single player campaign story and not just like
Yeah,
these
let me
little
see.
side missions. So if I remember correctly, I think it was the World War I, World War II battlefields that came out. They would kind of have these little mini missions that you would go and like, oh, you're fighting, you know, in Italy and you're doing this, and then the next one is you're in Africa and sub-Saharan area and you're doing that. Like they would kind of bounce you around
Yeah.
different warfare in World War I, World War II.
I wish I cared more about the campaigns and stuff like that in these games, but I don't.
I like it.
I want to jump in with the squad and just go start
Yeah.
playing. you
For
know?
me, I use them as kind of like a testing ground. Like if I want to learn the
Right.
mechanics and I want to learn how the
Yeah,
game
that's what they
feels,
should be used for.
I go and play the story mode and kind of get a
Yeah.
feel for how the game works, and then I
And
bring that
that's great.
into the PvP stuff. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't know how many hours I'm going to. There's a lot of games out there that I really am looking forward to, but I know that
Mhm.
this is something that you really want to dive into.
Well,
and
you know, there's a battle royal mode coming out with this game.
that's that's you know that's pretty contentious, dude.
I want to take. I don't want to talk about it a whole lot. This
I heard a
episode.
lot of people shitting on that.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I think the battle royale, the BR, deserves its own episode. We'll talk about that like next week or something maybe.
For the record, I actually like battle royale stuff.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm not a big
I've
Fortnite player. That's not my thing.
yeah.
And I'm really curious how I'm going to dive into the BR news for this game a lot this week because I want to know and see what they're doing because it really intrigues me and I want to be able, as a guy who streams, I like the idea of a BR being in there so I can just jump in and go stream some BR action by myself
By yourself, yeah.
if I want to, or I can, I think you could probably be able to team up with you or
It depends. I
maybe
think there's two
sometimes.
different versions.
But BR talk later.
Oh,
Because
we're not talking about it right now?
it is a lot. It is very contentious. There's a lot of people that don't want it and say, "Oh, this isn't that kind of game." It's like, well, it's going to be there, guys. This is the BRs are here, and people do like them, and they play them a lot. And we're just gonna have to deal with it. And I'm not. I'm
Well,
okay
I mean,
with it.
look, if you don't like it, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to play it. You don't have
Yeah.
to play it at all.
So,
So, but if I get a chance to put a bullet in one of my streamer friends' heads from across the country.
Yeah.
That might be kind of fun. You know, that sounds really bad. I hope people don't take that out of context.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's a video game, guys.
Yeah, it's video game. Video games are okay.
Video games are
They
okay.
do not affect people's way of thinking in the real world. But yeah, I think Battlefield is on a really good path. I'm looking forward to the game coming out on the 10th. And it's going to be
10th of October.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right around the corner,
just
man.
a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Wow.
that's why we're building up. We're starting to do Battlefield content here. So
All right.
Yep.
All right, man. I'm gonna get it
Yeah.
for you. I haven't uninstalled the beta. Does the beta transfer over to the full game?
I have no idea.
Do you get like all that data that I downloaded? Does it just like?
I don't think so. I don't know. I really don't have an answer for
Because
you.
it was like 75 gigs.
Yeah.
And
You'll probably-
I'm still sitting on the beta. It's still in my Steam library.
I'm sure somebody in the comments will let us
Yeah,
know.
let me know in the I don't know how that works. Does the beta transfer over to the real game? Do you don't have to re-download it, or is it just
I'm
like
sure
patch it?
well, there's more stuff coming out. There's more maps.
I'm sure
more-
you'll have to like get
Yeah, yeah.
do a patch or something. But does that like that initial
I don't know.
foundation of 75 gigabytes, does that count towards the real game?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
I have no idea.
That's it, man. I'll play it because you want me to play it.
Thanks.
I'm personally kind of like on the fence, but now that they've made these changes and they're introducing some new things to the game to make it a little bit more realistic, a little bit more tactical.
Yeah. This is the first
see.
AAA game that we've played on this channel.
Yeah, we
really.
usually go with the indie
We usually go with the
developer
indie
shit.
boys. Yeah. The Arrowheads.
Yeah.
The what's the
Keepsake
jump
Games.
space? Keepsake Games.
Yeah.
You know, I think
This 12-man
I think
crews.
Arc Raiders, isn't it a?
I don't know. Arc Raiders is going to be
Is it a AAA or is it a smaller?
I don't
studio?
know. have
I don't
no
know.
idea.
But that's
All right,
coming
man.
out in a few weeks too. So
Yep. Thanks, guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like. We do these kind of shows all the time where we just sit down and talk about the game. We'll have a little bit more to say and more to talk about once we actually get our feet wet and have some feedback and talk about our experience playing the game. That's what we do. We play games we talk about.
I want to know if you're looking forward to playing this game. Are you going to spend the $70? You're going to wait for until it goes on sale for the Christmas sale next year or
no,
something?
because I don't want to be too far behind you.
Yeah,
put it that way.
Yeah, right.
I want to be able to keep up with you if you're playing the game weekly. And
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people that are listening.
Sorry.
I want to know their thoughts. I want to know if they're excited about this game, or if they're passing, if they're going to play something else, or they just have no interest at all. If they're a COD player and they're like waiting for new content there.
The
Or
COD
whatever.
players aren't watching us talk about that.
So,
they're
I think you'll be
solidified.
surprised.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
let's
Thanks
get
for
out of here.
watching. Appreciate it. Well, stay tuned. We'll talk to you guys about this soon. That's the Helldivers thing.
That's
I don't have to
a
do this.
Helldivers thing, yeah.
See ya.